Hello, where's our avatars? There they are. They sometimes take a few seconds to kick in. Everyone's here. Oh my god, look at you all. You're all beautiful. You're all beautiful. Anything planned for stream 200? Getting there fast, I know. Well, that's interesting you say that, Asriel, because I've got something planned for stream 180. So it won't be stream 200, but it'll be for stream 180. I mean, we could always delay it until stream 200, but I'm excited, so I don't know if I can wait that long. But we might like do something similar again on stream 200. But what it is, let me just mention, I was thinking on stream 180 we could begin the brainstorming of the new content. It'll be the time where we get together and we talk about everything, and we do a big brainstorm idea sharing session, and it'll be the one and only chance to like have some like input on the direction of the next quests of the game in episode 1. But I'm assuming it's not going to just be that stream. We'll probably end up doing a few of those types of streams to get our ideas together. So expect lots of polls and lots of decisions to be made, because it'll be fun times. It's always fun when deciding new story bits. It is 178 just now, yeah, which means stream 180 won't be Monday. That'll be stream 179. It'll be Wednesday. And that'll give me over the weekend and the start of next week to prepare for this brainstorm thing. So hopefully, I mean, what I'm thinking is, where's our Trello page? Because Trello kind of says what we'll be doing. If we zoom in, this is the bit we're looking at right here. And I think that for the first one, we'll literally not like be specific about it. We'll do it for everything, except for maybe the new features. It'll be more anything quest related, whether it's the next main quest or side quests, NPCs or general world building. Because I don't want to limit us for the first one, because we might want to just talk about bits, everything, because everything is like together, really. Everything is linked and connected, so sometimes really whatever we have for side quests, that will affect the NPCs in Lightfall and the world building of Lightfall and Everbloom Forest as well. It's all really the same thing, so it's not going to be a brainstorm about anything specific. We'll just say it's for the new content, so the next bunch of quests. Yay. Oh Lord, what are we now on? We're really getting through the streams. This time last year, we was on stream 20 or something. We was like on stream 20 this time last year. Pretty insane, isn't it? How many streams that have happened since? It's because the last year I've started to stream regularly, like 4 times or 3 times a week. I'm on 3 times a week now, but I used to do 4 times a week, so that's why we've done so many streams so fast. I'm doing good, Neffel, not too bad. It's to wait when you're excited. Mini games, the whole game is mini games. Never. I'm working on what you asked of me. Awesome, Van. I got my new fishes today. You got some fishes? Are they cute? Hello, everyone. Hi, Nongi. How's it going? Hope you're having a good evening, Nongi. But yeah, so I was thinking of like making like sort of advertisement for the stream, so people actually know, and putting it up on the Twitter and stuff. Just like a little poster or something, just saying that we're gonna be talking about the next bunch of content. So it's a stream you don't want to miss out on, because if you miss out on stream 180, you'll have lost your chance to potentially have a say in where we're going to take stuff. So it'll be, we just don't have a clue where it's going to go. I mean, I say that, I have got some core ideas, like there's kind of going to be a core outline, because I have to have some structure to the story, otherwise it could just be absolute messy chaos. So expect me to have like a core sort of idea, but we'll like want to think of extra stuff that's going to branch off all that to make it super awesome, super fun. But yeah, stream 180 this Wednesday will be our first brainstorm session, and we'll probably be having several more scattered throughout the fall, like I'm guessing, because we're not going to get it all done in one stream. We'll need a lot of streams to make our decisions and to get the next part of the story all ready. And once we've got the ideas, we'll have it there ready for implementation, probably closer towards the end of the year. Once we've released the first playable build, then we can start implementing all the new scenes and ideas we've thought up. Fishes, real life fish. I like fish. We've got a pond in our garden with some fish in. A few little neon tetra, they seem to enjoy their home. Oh, I'd love to see some photos of them, because we have an adorable pets channel in our Discord. Zeta or Zeta, thank you so much for a follow. Welcome to the stream. Two cute little lives swimming about. Fish are so cute. I used to be obsessed with one that was in our pond and then it died, but it probably had a good life. It was the cutest one. No problem, mate. Yeah, welcome. It's good to meet you. Welcome to our geeky little corner of the internet, where we geek out about RPGs and characters and world building and all those fun things. Okay, folks. So yeah, everything that you see in this little box here is stuff that we'll probably be brainstorming together, and I'm excited, but I want to be prepared, which is why we'll wait till stream 100 now, but it's not too long away now, so let's put that back there. But in the meantime, what we've been doing is just tidying up what we have done, because we don't want to have a load of unfinished things coming back to haunt us. So easy to get carried away with all the new exciting story parts and ideas and neglect the stuff that needs polishing. So this is all polishing stuff here, and the polishing stuff we've been working on at the moment is getting all the scenes perfected and moved over to a new project file, because ever since I improved the maps in Tiled and we've got like these beautiful seamless maps now, I've needed to copy all the events and all the scenes over to a new project file, because I felt I might as well start fresh, because the old project file was a mess. I didn't really organise it very well at all, because I'm very inexperienced. You always make a few mistakes when starting something. So I'm getting more organised with the new project file. And it's just copying and pasting a load of events over that was in the old one and just tidying them up and getting things organised. So there's a list of scenes. It's scenes first, scenes are the focus, and then it'll be UI stuff and getting all quest markers and all those sort of things put in, and the options menu for those who want all that turned off. And then we'll think about the battle stuff last. And at some point as well, I'll want to be, where are we? I'll want to be filling in these edges as well, because we don't want those in the playable build. So at some point, yes, we'll start. We'll fill them in up to the point where the player can't see anymore. But then eventually we'll probably like really expand this map even more, because I'm sure some side quests will take us to other areas. But other than that, I've been editing the interiors. I was working on recolouring yesterday. they're still a bit plain because I haven't put the decorations or objects in yet, but surprisingly it takes so much messing about to get the colours right. But they look much better than they did before. Might not be perfect, but can always tidy things up. It'll do for now. I also found a really cool way with 2-handle counters in RPG Maker. I didn't realise it, but they have like a sort of way to just explain. There's counters here, like when you're in shops and stuff, and when an NPC's behind a counter, you obviously want to talk to them, but because there's a counter in the way, you can't do that because it's in the way. But there was a way to do it that I solved in tiled, so that's fine. I don't need an extra event now on top of the counter to talk to the NPC, so that saves us some events, which is cool. Let's catch up with chat. Hi Comet, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? I've been pondering getting fishes for the home, but it's always a problem when you go on vacation. Yeah, and you'd want them to be looked after, wouldn't you, while you're gone? That's the only thing with pets. You just want to make sure they're taken care of properly. So next week only, Rose? Yes, I was going to start with some Harlequin Rasbora. Probably butchered that name, but they didn't have any. Got to wait a few weeks to see. Are they super cute? I'm very bad with like fish types. I only know koi, the koi fish. I'd love to see some pics. Yeah, if you ever feel like it, pop those fishes in the Discord, and that goes for anyone else who's got pets, by the way. We love to see pets, it's good. You can get some automatic feeders, which isn't the most ideal, but if done properly can be of great benefit. Didn't know that. How long can you have them on? For like a couple of weeks. Can you leave fishes alone for so long? Fishes are such underrated pets, don't you think? So beautiful. Oh, you think the game's beautiful? Well, thank you very much. I like the colours, thank you. Because since doing the map improvements was something we only recently did last month. The colours now are far better than they were before. Like, there was a lot of odd colours going on our old map. The trees and the buildings didn't match, nor the bridges. It was all a bit mismatch, and so were the interiors as well. But now, everything's more consistent with each other. I've purposely recoloured everything so that all the wood actually is the same colour, and it just makes it more realistic then that it's that everything's been built from that same wood. And yes. So we got to just do a lot of decorating, and I was going to do it on my day off, but instead I was figuring out I was doing a bit of planning for Stream 180 because I need to be well prepared before we jump into starting the new content. And also I was checking the embedding on the Lore Bible as well. Let's get that up, guys, because this is what we're going to do today. Let me give you guys the link to our Lore Bible. Now, this is also linked on our main website as well. You can find it on the main website from clicking read more, but you can also get to it by just typing in the link directly or clicking on that. And at the moment, it's not super full or anything. We've got a lot of our character profiles up. So if you want to read through the characters in our game, you can do that there. We don't have races or factions, geography or locations or any of that so far, but we have a few articles of events that have happened in the past, as well as some money, currency related lore. If anyone is curious and wants to read. We've also got a timeline of Carol and her family, because Carol Barrel is the MVP of the whole saga, let's be honest. But really what we're going to be working on expanding now is the story so far section of the Lore Bible. So far we got main quest 1 and 2 for episode 1. That's all done. Content, story is kind of all set in stone for those 2 main quests. But of course they can be perfected and improved upon, can be fleshed out, linked with other NPCs, these particular characters we meet here. Can always do things like that, and this is why I want to add the dialogue trees. So you guys can actually read the dialogue we have for those, because we don't have a playable build out yet. So if anyone wants to like keep up with what it actually is, because we got the summary, we have the story so far video and a summary of what happens for each of these quests, but sometimes it's cool to actually see the whole thing, right? And we have like this. I've posted the scenes in the scene discussion channel, but those are on our old maps. We've recently made the cliffs and flowers look a little bit better and prettier. So you can always watch them there, but sometimes people don't want to watch a whole video of a scene and might want to read the dialogue instead. So, considering we use Straw.io anyway to write our dialogue, because for me as a creator, I like to get everything written and planned and drafted up before I jump into the actual engine and put the dialogue in there. And it's a good way for us as a community to see it all there as well and make any necessary changes. And we found a way to embed it into the Lore Bible. It took a bit of time. It was a bit of a hassle last stream doing that, but we did it just before we ended the stream. You might notice it says edit. I just want to say that doesn't mean that you can edit it, by the way. All that does is bring up the document in an untitled. So it'll allow you to do your own version and make any edits you want to the dialogue. The community can do that. If anyone ever wants to send me anything over, wants to have a little edit of it, feel free to. We all chip in, and who knows, I mean, it doesn't mean I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna change it. I might be like, no, it's fine as it is. But the option's there if anyone does have any ideas, but it won't overwrite what's here, of course, because that would be a chaotic mess if it did that. All it'll do is save your own version of it. And you can zoom in as well and zoom out. But as we add more to these trees, because we're going to add all the rest of it today, because we've got a lot of copying and pasting to do, because these are what we got. It'll zoom out, it'll look smaller, it'll be like that then, but you'll have to zoom in to see it bigger. And I think you can export it and view it as an image, so that option's there too. And the coolest thing about this, guys, before I catch up with chat, the coolest thing about this is it updates in real time. So with every single edit I make, because we do it, it'll update, which is why it's better than just taking a screenshot. Taking a screenshot's lame, because it's too much maintenance. I'd have to keep constantly putting up a new screenshot. So the reason why this whole embed thing is so cool is the fact it updates in real time as we do it. So you'll have the most updated version of the dialogue we have in here. And let me catch up with chat now. Oh, you guys are rambling on about the fishes. What engine software is this? Which one? The actual one the game's made at? And because we use a number of different softwares for different things we do. But that is a question on our FAQ page on the website. I do need to update that question actually, because I need to add Tiled as a program we use. Hi everyone, hi Zyver and hi Flav, how you guys doing? Yes, sorry was, oh don't worry, you guys chat away. I like to see you guys making friends. This is what this is all about. You lot making friends as well. It's not just all about me. So yeah, you guys chat. I like to see that. Okay, sorry, I'll go check it out. No worries, Zeta. I mean, I'd rather you ask, but if something's on the FAQ, I'll let you know, because as a streamer, it's only sensible, isn't it, to have that so that you don't have to repeat yourself constantly. Okay, so let's add some more. Let's add some more dialogue. Oh yes, I'm gonna also say that we're live on the World Anvil stream thing. There we go. Whenever we do a like World Anvil related stream, which is our lore Bible, the tool we use for our lore Bible, I always like to just pop myself in there because they've got a really cool community of like nerdy RPG fans, and it's always good to meet fellow RPG lovers. They grew massive. I love big fish. You know what I love about fish? When they open their mouths and it's like this perfect shaped O. I think that's so cute. Hi Kindled, how you doing? It's good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. How are things on your end? Hope you're feeling better, Kindled. It really is, Rose. Yeah. Okay. Here we are. Got a bazillion tabs open once again. Right. So we got to get organised now. I was like being a bit sceptical about Draw.io last stream. I was kind of talking about how I'll probably switch programs. I'm going to be honest now. We might stick to Draw.io forever, and the reason why I'm thinking that is because I did a bit of research into the other programs and what else is out there. But Draw.io honestly seems the most simple. It can be a bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, but nothing's perfect at the end of the day. Nothing out there is perfect. You know, it's a free thing, and it lets us simply get flows out, and it's the easiest way to embed on the lore Bible too. I don't think anything else out there will be as easy to embed. And some of the other stuff out there, so there's some actual programs that are especially for dialogues, look really cool, but they're a little bit advanced for me because you have to like do like all this coding stuff to get it working and getting branches set up, and I think it'd be too much maintenance in all honesty and distracting from the development. So the more simple the tool we use for doing this, the better really. And I think because it's just so easy to embed in our lore Bible, it's just of a huge appeal, especially because it all just updates as we do it. I'm so grossed out. I woke up this morning and found a hive of bugs in my pantry. Oh no! Oh my goodness. I know the feels. I used to get ladybirds in my bedroom constantly. Like, they just wouldn't go away. They've stopped now. they've stopped coming, but at one point I had like 10 of them in my room every single day, and I hate them. I hate ladybugs. I don't like their wings. I think they was attracted to my bright red wallpaper that I have. I don't know. And it was scary because there was a dangerous ladybug once, like a really weird colour one, and I googled about it, and apparently it can be very dangerous, this particular ladybug. So I was like, oh no. But luckily they're gone now. I hope you managed to get rid of those kindled. Start with a goldfish, ease into it. Yeah, and if you get a goldfish, Kung, show us a photo. You will probably need to go that road for the dialogue once you start the romance system and have more branches. Yeah, I looked at Twine and there was a couple of others I looked at. I just got confused because it's more about like being a text-based game, and it adds a whole other set of complexity to it. It's like learning a whole new game engine in a way, learning Twine. And there's all this meta that you have to learn to get everything set up. And I started thinking, you know what, it's just easier to just add text like in Draw.io rather than learn loads of meta to set things up. It could be distracting, and I could spend months in that thing just trying to learn it. And yes, things could get very complicated with branches with us eventually. If it ever does, we'll deal with it when it comes. But if we just have to make an absolutely massive, huge Draw.io doc, so be it, of loads of different branches, you know. And I did look into embedding on Twine as well, and that confused me as well. I don't know if it's doable in World Anvil. But yeah, I just thought if it's working in Draw.io, you know, it's not the most elegant thing in the world, but nothing's perfect, and it's easy to be like, oh, this thing's a pain, but then there's always flaws with the other things you use as well. When things expand, you're going to need a better system, yeah. And there was the one that was mentioned in chat last stream, but it's paid. You have to pay like quite a lot of money per month for that, and like I said, I ain't paying. Screw that crap. So yes, I'm fine. In all honesty, you got to do what you're comfortable with when you're doing things, and it's so easy to like try and learn new and better softwares, but then think, what, this is just confusing, and get just confused by it all. Because I looked into Twine, and I was getting confused with how all the meta worked, because my brain isn't very good at things like that. Of course, Rose always. Geez, I hate bugs. Yeah, I'm scared of bugs. I'm not a bug person at all. Content to the game, I'm not sure what Draw.io can do. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's just extra confusing for me. Sometimes simple is better. And I'm one of these people that like to just put it in myself rather than have a machine do it for me or a tool do it for me. Because I'm very meticulous about my creation, and I like to do it thoroughly. But I'm just very happy we did the embedding. I think that's because this is a community project and people are going to look at this lore bible to learn more about the game, especially as we get deeper into it. People, you know, this is cool to be able to potentially see all our trees so easily in real time as we create them. And if we switch to something else that was apparently better, we wouldn't get that. It'd just be, you know, me doing it in a program that no one else would be able to see. Not to this level anyway. But yeah, everybody has their methods. We're all different as creators. We all, like Vagabond Dog said the other day, he didn't even use any. He just did it straight into the game, and his game was a huge success and it worked for him. So we're all different. I personally like using something first before, rather than putting it straight together, because that's just not me. That's just how I work. But at the same time, I also think it's important to not like get so caught up in that it's taking up all your time just using the program, because the game is the important thing at the end of the day. But we've all got different methods, and we all have to respect each other's methods of doing it. And who knows, we might change from Draw Road to something else in the future, but right now, going into anything else will just sidetrack us, and I don't think it'll be beneficial at this point. But who knows what the future holds. This time last year, I thought parallax mapping was everything and what I was going to be doing forever, and it wasn't, so we switched back to tiles. Okay. Also, I've updated the banner thing to our new map here, but Main Quest 2 still has the old flowers right now, but that'll get updated eventually too. Who knows? Let's find out. I know, right? Okay, so one thing I am going to do is get all these dialogue trays we've got more better organised, because I mean they're not too bad as they are. To be honest, it'll just be a bit of presentation work, making it sure it's all set up nicely for the embed. So what I'm thinking of doing is, rather than having a different embed for each scene, put all the scenes on one document per quest. So for Main Quest 1 we'll have everything on one, and then we'll do a new sheet for Main Quest 2. I think that'll be fine. But this is something nice and easy for me to do today on stream, and you guys can get to see the lore Bible and dialogue updated live as we do it, and it'll be a cool thing to get done. And I'd rather do the easy stuff like this on stream rather than do it off stream, because the off stream time is very precious to go into focus mode and do some development work, because there's a lot of like precise scene work I have to do in RPG Maker. I've done the in stuff with Nigel Bookington, and we might do a test play of that later. So all of that, what we did, all that dialogue stuff we did the other day, has been put in here now. Because these are our list of scenes we gotta do. And I've done bits of them. That one's completely done. That one's done in RPG Maker as well, but I'm not gonna bold it or turn it white yet, because we've got to still add it in the embed. That still has to be done. That's halfway done. That has to be done, and that's partly done. So yeah, there's all like lots of little bits that are being done. So that's the goal for this month, getting all those scenes put in and working nicely and flowing together seamlessly. All right. So first of all, let's get scene 2 in. I've just realised we haven't done a new trivia, have we, yet, for this month? Everybody's on 0 on the leaderboard. we might do one later. Who'd be excited for that? Okay, so I'm going to delete that. So scene 2, this one is. We'll delete that bit. So this one would be, what should we call this scene? In the Inn. It's the simplest name, I guess. So as we do this now, if I refresh this now, it's updated. So it's pretty cool. And obviously you have to zoom in to see it bigger. And if looking in the embed is a pain in the butt, because it could be, I mean, it can be a bit of a pain in the butt as you're looking through, you can just get an image up of it. Yes. And you can also press edit as well, which of course doesn't mean you can edit and overwrite. Nope. Unfortunately, you can't do that. But it will let you make your own untitled document from it, and you'll be able to. So if anyone wants to chip in, ever in the now or in the future, when we do dialogues, that'll probably be the easiest way, I suppose. I love Nia's music, same. Yes, it's a recent addition to the playlist. Both the first game and the sequel I've added to our playlist now. So that's good. I'm glad to hear you like it. I'm a fan as well. I'm definitely a fan of that music. Gotta love the JRPG music. Something about JRPG music, I don't know what it is. There's just something special about it that a lot of other genres can't do. Have you finished? And I haven't Kindled because I was streaming it and I ended up actually stopping streaming games while doing that one, because I'll be honest, I was very disappointed, not in the game was excellent, but in the experience, because it just became a whole backseating session, and I was getting lost, getting frustrated, and I came to the conclusion I'm not very skilled at playing games and streaming them. I just can't multitask it. I can't focus playing a game and enjoying it while streaming and talking to a chat. So I've promised myself one day I'm going to give that game a proper playthrough in my bedroom, alone, in the peace and quiet, and I think I'll enjoy it so much more, because streaming video games just isn't for me, which is why I don't do it anymore. So I just enjoy it so much more when I don't have to stream them. Thank you, Letters, for the follow. Welcome. I think, saying that, I think if I'd played a game before, I would absolutely enjoy streaming it. I'd have a blast. But when it's a brand new game that I don't know nothing about, it can be very overwhelming as a first timer, trying to get to learn that game while streaming it. So yeah, I think I'd have to know the game first. Funnily enough, Dark Souls was one series I felt I could stream first time. Maybe it's the nature of it, because it's meant to be like tough and hard. But for a lot of other single player games, you know, it can disrupt the immersion streaming them while playing them for the first time, from my experience. Right, so where were we? I'd feel the same way. I'd want to stream a game I've already gone through. Yeah, it's very, I don't know if nerve-wracking's the right word, but it can be very daunting jumping right into a brand new game with an audience watching. Especially because I'm not the most skilled at playing games in the world. I have absolutely I'm not talented at playing games. I play games for the story and immersion. That's what draws me into video games, not like to be the best or be the best at pressing buttons or killing things, because totally not. I'm bad at that. And yeah, it can be difficult streaming when you're a noob, basically. So I remember when I did my second playthrough of The Witcher 3 on stream, I had a real fun time because I already knew that game like the back of my hand. But oh my goodness, if I actually played that on stream for the first time, it probably would have been a really daunting experience. I'd imagine I'd feel the same way. So nothing gets spoiled and can mess around to the first playthrough without pressure. Yeah, 100%. And spoilers is another issue as well. You always get some troll wanting to come in and potentially ruin it, and that would be horrible. So yeah, for sure, streaming games when blind is a challenge. Don't know when I'll play Witcher. I'm going to get sucked into Cyberpunk for months. Oh, same. I want it now. I'm so excited. So excited. I've got so much trust in that game being incredible because I just know it will be. Okay, so I've got a better system now for Draw.io. I've figured out how to get the grid up faster as well, because before I actually went into view and turned it off that way. So now I can just do that. And I like having the grid up when just positioning everything so that we can get the spacing right, because I want it to look pretty. Sorry for shouting, everybody. So I'm going to just make sure. Also, I'm going to get Nigel's sprite up as well. Oh yes, I'm going to do it like this. If it's the same character talking, I'm going to just make the box longer and have everything in the same box to save a bit of space, vertical space should I say. Because that's what we was doing before with here in these scenes, like with Meryl, because she speaks for 4 dialogue boxes. And rather than having it all go across separately, the same character, it's probably just be better to do it that way. I have no idea what that says. Yeah, let's get rid of the arrows because messing stuff up. We can easily redo those. And because we're redoing the scenes anyway, like my task at the moment is tidying up the scenes. Feels like it makes sense to do this at the same time. Because we recently made a few little edits to this particular scene as well, dialogue wise. Because it'd been months since we last revisited this scene. Oh, what was that? I saw an alert and I missed it. Was that a host? How dare I miss that? Also, I think a better way of doing these optional questions might be to... We don't need hero there 3 times. We can just put that all in the same box as well. So I am going to be like thinking of how to use Draw.io a bit more efficiently, just to save us some hassle, because my main problem with Draw.io, which is why I was considering the switch in the first place, is because it can be a bit confusing. Like the placement of the boxes can be a bit clunky, to put it bluntly. That's really the only issue with it, but having the grid up and having like sort of clear system can help a lot. So that's what I'm going to be messing about with boxes and stuff today. And I found another tool, an online tool, flow tool just like this. It was called YED. I think it's called YED, Y-E-D. A lot of people were praising that one, and I was thinking of it as a replacement for Draw.io actually. And I spent about 40 minutes or so messing around in it, making some flyers, seeing how good it was. And in all honesty, it's no better than Draw.io in terms of placing flows and arrows. In fact, I found putting the arrows down a bit more messy than Draw.io, which made me come to the decision that really nothing's perfect. Which one did you want to use to replace Draw.io? I'll get it up actually, because I can give you guys the website. And this one had its drawbacks, to be honest, because there wasn't really a way of embedding it. Not that I mean, in all honesty, it wasn't any easier to use than Draw.io anyway, so even if I was going to embed it, it wouldn't have really mattered. But this was it. I found, I don't know, people were praising it, and it seems like a nice little program. But I'm more used to Draw.io, so it's like learning a whole new thing. And some of the arrows were a little bit not too bad, but I personally I found it a bit messy. And I'm like, no, go away, arrows, no. And then I could get rid of them. So, yeah, it's just like personal choice with these things. But you feel free to have a look if anyone's curious about that one. Okay, can't remember now, because I let me look at RPG Maker, because I think there's a bit of dialogue missing that we might need. I have a question, that's it. That's what we have at the moment. So instead of doing that, to make that box white, I want to try and avoid using extra boxes really, because the more boxes, you know, the more messy it is. So I'm going to try and make this way more simple for myself, so it's going to be easier in the long run when making blows. Okay, so actually, there we go. Yeah, put a horizontal line there because I wanted some kind of separation. Actually, no, I'm not fond of that. Okay. Hey gang, hi Coach, how are you doing? It's awesome to see you. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Pretty decent. Yeah, I've looked into everything, guys. I'm very happy with what I'm using now. I've worked out how to embed this into our law Bible. It took a long time. Any other program probably won't do embedding as quite as successfully as this, so we're very, very lucky that we've got Draw.io. I spend all of the evening after stream on Wednesday looking into other options. Trello was one, Twine was one, Yed was another, and then I went to bed and was like, damn, I've wasted my night looking for alternatives when I could just stuck with Draw.io. It does the job. Let's be happy. And could have spent that time doing something else. So I'm going to try and not waste my time, because it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to be a perfectionist and think, no, let's find another program, no, let's find another. Then it's, you weigh up the pros and cons, and really it's no better than what you was using. And good happy Friday, Rose, and all. Glad to hear that you're having a good Friday. Friday is always a good one. Hi Oracle, you hate League? Yeah, no, I mean no, nothing against anyone that loves League of Legends here, because I don't. I try, in all honesty, not to hate on other people's thing. I think that's a nice thing to not do that, Marco, to hate on people's things. I'm not a League fan myself personally, but if someone gets pleasure out of it, then I'll let them enjoy it. If you mean League of Legends, that's what I'm assuming you mean, because what else would it mean? Yeah, I'll probably give that purple box again, because it just gives it a bit of separates it a bit. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, FX show the League. Who knows what Marco meant? I mean, we're all there. We're all curious now. Maybe Marco will tell us what League they meant. See, I instantly thought League of Legends. Hey Rose, love the blast. Thank you, Gretch. Appreciate that. is. It's one of my faves. It's got roses on it, so of course it's one of my faves. And also, folks, in case you don't know, this is updating in real time in the Law Bible as I'm editing it. How cool is that? So, here's the link. I'm giving you the straight link to the... so I'm putting in all of Main Quest 1's dialogues now. And I'm redoing it, the presentation. I mean, I could easily just stick this in, this big one here. But I'm not going to do that. I want it to be tidy and more organised. And also, I'm very tired this week, in all honesty. It's been a lot of stuff happening, and I wanted to do something easy on stream. So this is nice and easy for me. It's a nice lazy job. I was watching the Steam version of Nier Automata and I came here. Hi Mads, how you doing? Yeah, what a coincidence. Yeah, I'm gonna, slowly... I think we got quite a good playlist selection now. It's about 16 hours long, our music playlist is, and we've got a mixture of RPG soundtracks. And this one was a recent addition that I added. Because it does have a fantastic soundtrack, this game does. How are you? Not too bad, Mads. Not too bad. How about you? Now, this one comes off here, so... yeah, I think that's all fine. I'm going to delete this unlock main quest box because I might be making a few changes as I update this, just to make it a little bit more concise and a little bit less messy. So I'm going to delete that one because it's going to be here anyway. It's going to have a unlocked main quest one here. I'm going to put it in the title instead for the next scene. There we go. I think that's it for that scene. Yeah, I'm thinking about colour codes and all that thing, just to make things stand out more. So I was thinking of making the custom questions a different background. So we use the blue for like actions to describe the scene before the dialogue starts. I think it's a cool thing to use different colours just to like make things clear. All of my music playlists are over 200 plus hours. Oh really? That's pretty impressive. Don't ever want to hear a song twice. Yeah, I love it, hearing things on repeat, I have to say. But then again, having a big selection doesn't hurt either. It can ruin a song if you listen to it too much. Look at all you like walking across there. Look at all of you. I might put a trivia in chat, like a Raindrop Chronicles trivia questions in, because we haven't done one for this month yet. Everybody's on 0 on the leaderboard, so I think we should start soon. And yes, everything, all the answers are on the Law Bible, folks. So if you want to get nerdy, that's the link. Okay, so I think that's it. I think we should do a test play. Well, I was thinking of doing a test play. I think all the dialogue's fine anyway. Right, where's Nigel's sprite? Because one thing I do like to do, honestly, just for visual detail, there's really no need to do it, in all honesty. I don't have to do this, but I always like to put the character who's speaking, their sprite, on their dialogue box so the person knows who's talking. Sometimes people can be like, who's Nigel? And we need to make character profiles for Nigel and Fiona too, because they don't have a character profile on the Law Bible yet. So one sec. Here he is. So all I do is this. I grab his like face and front sprite. Did what I did for Carol's. I just double the size so it doesn't look super small on the image. Also, this is pretty cool. Let me get Draw AI back up. It's easy peasy to just get him on. You just drag him. Oh no, he's not the hero. Why am I putting him there? Yeah, we don't do one for the hero, but for everyone else that's speaking, yeah. This is more beneficial really when you get a conversation with loads of people in it, like the scenes coming after with the fruits and barrels. Also, I've just realised something. We don't know him as Nigel at this point, so we'll just call him Innkeeper. There we go. He introduces himself at night as Nigel at this point. So as a reminder, guys, because some of you might have not been here earlier in the stream, this Wednesday is going to be our 180th stream of Raindrop Chronicles. We're going to start brainstorming new content on Wednesday. So we can get an idea of where things are going to go next. So because at this point, if we go to main quest here, sacrifice here, this is the furthest we've got in terms of what we know is happening so far. So we'll be able to think of the next stuff. And I'm not going to be implementing it yet. The actual implementation of the scenes in game in the engine isn't going to be done till probably December onwards for the new content, because there's a lot of polishing of old stuff to do. But I think it's going to be super fun to at least start thinking about that and talking about it, because it's going to take weeks, months to set to get it to a point that we're happy with anyway, and be ready to implement it. So it's probably a cool idea to start it now. That looks cool like that with the little character sprite. It had so much more, doesn't it, National? And we were we did do that for a few scenes down here, like the scene with the flashback scene with the barrels and Oliver and stuff. I did it for those, and I thought that added so much. Without the sprite, you wouldn't really know who was talking. Well, you would if you was a nerd for the characters, if you knew who Meryl and Elvira were. But sometimes just seeing the sprite, it's better. That visual sort of thing helps. It helps me personally, because even me as a creator can forget sometimes who's who. So seeing the sprite just refreshes it in your mind. So yeah, at this point he calls himself Nigel. So we'll have him as Nigel here, because in Raindrop Chronicles we are going for the approach where you don't know their name if they're a stranger. So they're just an innkeeper or a barrel, or if otherwise, until they introduce themselves. And that's why Carol's just barrel at the moment. Okay, yeah, that's done. I think that flow is finished now. And we went with hefty compensation at the end for that one. We decided last stream that he suited saying that. So yes, refresh, it's all there. As we add more to this fly, it's gonna get bigger and bigger and stuff. So people will have preferences. Some people might not mind looking at it in the embed. Other people might prefer to get it up as an image and export it, or even go straight into Draw.io, because by clicking the pencil button it'll do that. It'll take you into Draw.io as an untitled document on your end, so any edits you make will obviously not update on here, because that would be bad. But it'll give you the option to make some edits. So I think that's pretty cool, because there'll be times as a community that I might be like, oh, this dialogue sucks. You guys, if you got any ideas, and you could do that by just clicking edit and filling it in yourselves. And then I can, that could be helpful potentially in the future. I think the dialogue we've got for the scene so far, we're sort of happy with, aren't we? So might not be necessary to do now, but if there ever is a time or anything cool, then you can do it and send it me over or something. I'm going to put trivia in chat, everybody. I'm excited. This is the first trivia question of the month, so be prepared. Whoever gets this point will be the first one to get a point on the new leaderboard of the month. And everybody's spoken now, so I'm going to catch up with chat first. Do you have a way to revert text in case someone decides to troll the Draw.io? Pardon me, I'm doing a coffee. Sorry, I wasn't prepared. They wouldn't be able to troll it, Van, because it doesn't update it on this end. That would be, if it did that, there's no way I'd do this approach, because we'd be potentially, it could potentially be chaotic if it literally did update it, if someone edited it. Because all it does is bring up a brand new untitled copy of it. It's just a copy. It's not the one that I use. Only I have permission to edit the actual official one. So who sees the copy? Just the person who's pressed the edit. It's just their copy for themselves. So, of course, I'm sure there'd be a way for them to send me a link of their copy if they wanted me to say. But it would be pretty awful if there was a way for someone to. I'd be panicking right now if I knew that people could do that. I'd be like, oh crap! Because although this community here that we've got here in stream you're all wonderful, lovely people, that doesn't mean that someone won't come in and want to play a prank on me. Or one of my haters out there will come in stream and be like, yes, I'm going to ruin all Rose's dialogue today, and then go in the edit and do all... This is what they'd do. They'd press edit and they'd do this. They'd mess it up. And this is what happens if you press save. Yeah, all it'll do is let you save it on your end, on your Google Drive or your Dropbox or your device. It's untitled diagram, that's what it's called. So if it does get saved, I mean, you guys can attempt to do it if you want. If you want to test it, you can. And you can refresh and you'll see that it doesn't overwrite it. So it's very good. One of my trolls might try and do that, and then they'll be very sad when they see it hasn't overwrited it, and I'll be rubbing my hands like this. I proper would troll you, but I'd let you know and keep a backup spare. That would be so sad. Yeah, I'll try it out. Yeah, Rex did it for me last night, but it won't hurt if more people try as well, because you never know. It might have not just updated on Rex's end, but if you guys want to try, the more people that attempt to do it, the better, I suppose, so we know for sure that it doesn't mess up for us. So how you know if you like the new oh yeah, but they'd have to send it over to me. They'd have to export it as a link on their end and then just send it me through on Discord or something, or there's always a way. gonna test exclamation mark law. If anyone wants to get there quicker, here you go. Can you save a copy real quick? I'm going to try editing it in a different way. Yes, don't worry, it's all saved on my end. I've got it. All this document here is all in my Google Drive, so I can't lose it. Don't you worry. But yeah, feel free to test it, Vanzave, or anyone else, if you want to have a mess around, have a play, be a pretend troll for me. See that they can't abuse the system we got here. That'd be brilliant. I mean, oh my god, imagine if someone did that and he actually did overwrite. Luckily that it won't. I'm like 99.9% sure that it wouldn't do that. That would be very flawed. But I'm going to see if I can edit it through the inspector, so I might get... Oh, okay. Smart. Because you're definitely a tech master, Xavier, so you know any ways in, any hacker ways in, that is. So, yeah. But I'm assuming, even if you did know the link, I mean, I might be wrong, you might prove me wrong, and this might get it completely ruined, but I'm assuming that even if you did know the link, you wouldn't have the permissions to edit anyway. Because I don't want to have a look in case it reveals my stuff, but I'm pretty sure I have it on read only. Yeah, I think it's a read only thing. But yeah, be super cool if you checked it out. Going for it. I'm a security person, so I want to make sure it's safe. Yeah, that makes me feel better as well, because can be a bit worrisome thinking that there's a potential for that to happen. Alright guys, I am going to put a trivia in chat. We was going to do it before we got all excited about this. I've got an ego, so I want to prove I'm better. You're all awesome. Everybody has an ego, to be honest. Niall, we all got it. Even me. Even I have an ego. And I bet you'd have never thought that. You're shocked, everyone, that I have an ego. Alright, so trivia. Who is going to get a jerk generally? I'm a jerk. I got called mean the other day on somebody's Discord. Someone says I was mean. And I actually was I found that to be a compliment. I wasn't offended, because I've always strived to be the sort of person that nobody screws with. That because I spent my younger years being bullied and being a pushover, a doormat, ever since then I've strived to be a much more assertive person. First one, tap the Bible wins. Yeah, let me know if you hack it, guys. I know that, and those of you that failed to hack it, tell me as well, because then we can know for sure it's super secure. Mean you? I know I was mean. I said that I basically said to them that they embarrassed themselves, and what else did I say? I said they was entitled. That's what I said to them. So apparently that's super mean to say to someone. I personally thought it was just like telling someone that, you can't be a douche. But thank you, Writer Greg, for that follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I keep saying I'm going to do trivia, but I'm not. I keep delaying it. My girlfriend is working on being more assertive. I've been encouraging it because her family walks all over her. Any advice on dealing with people who are used to being able to treat her a certain way while still being polite? It's a very interesting one, that is, Ron, and welcome to the stream, by the way, because sometimes if you have been a pushover all your life and then changing yourself from that to an assertive person can shock people a bit. and they might react badly because they're not used to the change in behaviour. And that's why people call you mean or call you a bitch, because they're not used to that change. But the truth is, you're not mean or a bitch. It's just people being shocked that you've actually stood up for yourself for once in your life. You know, I just think there's absolutely nothing wrong with being firm with people without being rude. You know, you don't have to call people names. You don't have to say, you know, you don't have to curse at them. You don't have to be rude. You can simply say how you feel about it and be firm, but not resort to name calling and all that. I think that's what it's about, really. Just trying to make your point without hurting people's feelings. Nice, Rose. Thank you for the double 15 bit. Oh, my bat has fallen. Thank you for the double 15 bitties, Coda. I appreciate that, and enjoy the lurk. That's not me, not in my book. What is this program you're using? Hi, Alt. This program in particular is draw.io or diagrams.net. It's got two names. So this is what we use to do our dialogue flows currently. It's pretty simple. It's nothing too advanced. But it does the job for us right now. So it's quite a nice one. Once you get used to it, it's not too bad. It can be a bit clunky at first, but nothing's perfect. Nice, Rose, put those kids in their place. Yeah, to be honest, I think the person that brushed me up the wrong way on the Discord was a very young person anyway, and sometimes young people don't know how to be because they're silly. But yeah, I don't think I was mean either, Kong, in all honesty, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I was very firm. Like I said, I said they were entitled, and I said they embarrassed themselves, but that's the worst thing I said. That's literally the harshest thing I said in the whole sentence. Sounds like just being consistent about it once they get over the initial shock. Yeah, there will be a reaction to her suddenly standing up for herself, because they'll be surprised. They won't be used to that, because they've been conditioned to think that she can be a pushover. But, you know, she just has to be strong and stick with it, and, you know, not be a people pleaser. You know, don't worry about what others think about you. Think about yourself more. That's what matters. You're welcome, Ron, and good luck. I hope that you find the good balance of how to deal with that. Hacking now, I was able to get the link you were using, but now I'm going to make some edits to see if it will update. Okay, Zava. I'm intrigued, because this method we do have right now is pretty wonderful, in all honesty. The fact we got this embedding to work is really cool. The fact it updates live as we do it is super cool. Then we actually have it on our Law Bible like that, and not on a separate app that people have to go on to see. So, you know, I'm expecting in a way something to go wrong, because it's too perfect. It's worked out too well. So we'll see. I won't mess it up too much in case it does work. I really don't know, actually. Well, don't worry, because I mean, I do have this saved, and will it really mess this up too? I'd be like, wow, you're a good hacker if you actually do it. We'll see. Soon find out. But yeah, you don't have to mess it up too much if you're bothered, if you're scared that it might ruin it for me. But maybe just move a few of the sprites around or something. That'll be easy enough to fix. Or you could change you could always add in a silly word at the end. You could say poop. You could put in poop. poop or something like that and see if that comes up. That's what I was going to do. I'm really curious to see if Zava successfully hacks me. I'm super curious. Also, I am going to put the trivia in chat now. Nobody's going to know that. Nobody's going to know the answer to that one. I do want to set up the bot, make that stand out more. I might put emojis there and stuff so it super stands out. The vampire, Van, you got it again. Vandalia 1. Exclamation mark. Points, Vandalia 1. You've got the first point of the month on the new leaderboard. Will Van get it a second month in a row? The Law Master. Also, if you want to know where to find the answer to that question, all you have to do is go under characters, playable characters for episode 1. Rosie's here. Her class is a vampire. Rose the vampire. So all you need to become a pro at this, in all honesty, is just thoroughly look through the Law Bible, and you'll soon get into it. Every answer is somewhere on that Law Bible. Memorize the Law Bible. It's my trick. It's a trick that I've done. The whole purpose of this trivia was to turn you all into massive nerds for the game. Starting the month. It's starting off the month right. Yay. I think I predict you'll get it again this month, Van, but I want to see if I'll get proved wrong. I'm all for being proved wrong. Answered what you sent me, Rose, on my sheet. Awesome, Van. I'll check that out. Probably after stream so we don't get distracted. You already won once. You should be disqualified. Yeah. We won't be disqualifying people. We'll let people have the chance of getting it multiple months in a row, simply because I think it'll be super cool over time to have an archive of who won each month. And if that's Van every month, then we know who the true Law Master is, don't we? I think it'll be interesting to say. Yeah, I'm just silly. Yeah, don't worry, I know, Kung. I mean, the way the trivia could be handled in regards to rules, we could do it completely differently. We could do something like that to give others a shot, but I think Van has a lot of fun doing this, and don't want to ruin Van's fun either. Okay, did it update? Let's refresh and have a look. There we go. Here it is. Looks like everything's the same to me. What did you change, Zava? Oh, it didn't. Very good. I checked for me. Yes, it looks like our security is top notch. Zava is probably the biggest hacker in this stream, in this community. So if Zava couldn't do it, then no one will. Isn't that true, everybody? Colours and move sprites. That's good. Yes. I had a feeling. I mean, I didn't want to get my hopes up, in all honesty, because something always goes wrong usually. But I had a gut feeling that this whole document here is read only for you all, apart from me, and that it would remain like that even on the embed, even if you guys found a way in. Okay, so where were we now? Because we did get distracted by that. I didn't want to update anything while Zava was checking, but now we can carry on adding more. Instead of untitled diagram, I was able to get the one named Raindrop Chronicles Episode 1, Main Quest 1, Scene 1, The Hero Meets Carol. Oh yes, so that was mine. That's actually what mine's called. You found out my secret name. Oh my goodness. Imagine if I put like all sorts of secrets in that title, you'd have found out. But yeah, I assume you tried to edit it and it failed then. But it still has me saved to my own account. Yeah, looks like it's all good then. Looks like this little program knows what it's doing. Yay. That makes me feel happy. No one will break this for us then. Fingers crossed. Okay. So we've successfully gotten in scene 2, Nigel at the inn, which was a nice short scene. We've got some longer scenes coming up, so be prepared for this dialogue tree to get much larger. I mean, what we've done so far for Main Quest 1 and 2 is probably nothing compared to the sort of dialogue conversations we'll have in the future. But you don't start big, do you? Just don't put secrets in the title. Chapter 1, the hero meets the villain, the game disguised as a barrel secret leaked. Just imagine, because I mean, I might have told you guys before, but I am like sort of working on getting an outline of the main plot put together. It's going to be a very ongoing thing though, because it's not something I can do overnight, because I think it's going to be very beneficial for the story of this game if it's got some structure to it, so things don't go like too chaotic. Vandally has had some really cool ideas that have helped with that story as well, which kind of was the inspiration for me to start putting the structure together. But when we do the brainstorm streams first one on Wednesday, and there'll be more coming up as well, there'll be lots of opportunity to think of ideas together as well, because from the ideas that have been set in stone. I'm not even sure how I'm going to organise this brainstorm yet, but I'm gonna sort of plan, but I'm not going to be too rigid about it. We'll see where the day takes us. It's all going to just be a chatty thing, a chatty sharing of ideas sort of stream. And anything like super cool that you guys mention that could work will obviously get added to our notes. Right, so the next scene now. Now what I'm going to do to keep track of all this, because not all of our flows are on this one page, we've got the fruit scene on a separate page, so that's the one we've done. I'm going to make it white to show that we've added it to the Law Bible, but I'm not going to bold it. I only want to bold it if I've actually implemented it in RPG Maker as well. Oh no, it has been added to RPG Maker. I did that last night, so actually that one is done. I can mark that one as complete. I'll strike that one through. So the next one is Scene 3, which we have. It's a very short one. This is when Carol the Barrel catches up with us, and I actually haven't implemented this one in RPG Maker yet, but I'm going to make this a priority, because in between like planning for our brainstorm stream on Wednesday, I'm going to like slowly get these scenes put in our new project file, and that will be so good. Seeing all the scenes like together working is gonna be, we're getting there closer to the first playable build release once that's all working. Because the way it was before, the scenes were just so disjointed from each other, and it was just all such a mess. Kyla, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome back to the stream. Hi, Met as well. The main bad guy having a puppet form that they use to communicate but can't really exert their full power, though could be pretty cool. Also, if they're stuck in a barrel or oil drum, that would be literally sealed evil in a can, which I guess could be kind of funny. Yeah, I'm going to copy that, Met, because usually, you know, you guys come up with these interesting things, and I don't like to let them potentially be forgotten. And I actually have a Google Doc full of the community quotes. Like, it's like about 30 pages long, and it's full of ideas that you guys have had over the last several months. Some of them might potentially fit, some of them might not, but it's nice to have them all there anyway, because you never know. And with the things like the barrels and the oil drums, there's so much potential with them, isn't there? Like, you know what I mean? Things can be hidden inside them, all sorts of things, not just raindrops. Hope you're having a good Friday though, Kyla and Matt. How are you all doing? Okay, so let's get scene 3 into our Lore Bible in bed. I'd be super happy today if we did every single scene, if we got all our scenes into the Lore Bible. It might be a bit ambitious because we got some really long scenes to copy and paste, but they're all there. Everything's already there. It's all just about reorganising it all for the new file. So maybe we will do it. I think we can get a decent amount done today, potentially. Okay. So this is the same text, I think, it's just a bit bigger because I like it to stand out a bit more. So unlocked. Actually, instead of doing that, what's the formatting for this? China size 32. Okay, so now I can go. So we've unlocked main quest 1 at this point, and now it's scene 3. So, and if you refresh, I mean, it'll be there. Even the messy, we haven't organised it properly yet, but it's there. I adore how it updates in real time. It's just so cool. That is something screenshots could never do. So, and this is why I'm trying to learn to love Draw.io, because I feel that that's something really good. And I've looked into the others. Yed looks, I don't know if the embeddings are straightforward, and one thing Yed does do with its embedding that I noticed is it shows the software UI, which I don't like. I don't like the UI showing. I love that how this is only our flows. And I'm doing nicely. Some bean plants I've been growing have started making pods recently. Oh, that's exciting. GG, Matt. GG. Yed is still a diagram software like Draw.io. Very similar, Zava. It's an alternative program for people that aren't fond of Draw.io. There's Yed, and I did try it Wednesday after stream, because I thought I'd spend the evening looking for alternative programs to see if there was anything better out there, and Yed was one of them. And I did like it, but I think out the two, I'm still a bit probably more for Draw.io because it had more advantages for me. The embedding just looked nicer, and to be honest, it's still a little bit making the flows. Yeah, it still has its downfalls too. But yes, some people might like it more. It got a lot of love online. A lot of people praised that one. Alright, so where were we? Where are we? Okay. I like to have a bit of space between the top edge, so I centre everything, because especially as we get a lot of potential choices, we'll need a lot of vertical room. Flesh bag, that's Carol's favourite word. Game Maker Studio 2 for desktop is on sale. Oh, you're going to go for it, Van? You're going to get it? You're going to do it? That's exciting if you do. I thought his track was Breath of the Wild opening then. Oh really? Yeah, this is I'm looking at what it is. It's Copied City. Yeah, this one is one of my favourites actually. From the Neo Automata soundtrack. Similar piano, does it? That's interesting because I've not played Breath of the Wild. Oh my goodness, I know, yes. I've seen lots of people play it. I've watched people play the game a lot. I've just not got around to playing it myself. Because the Switch that I have isn't really mine. It's the family Switch. And I feel a bit guilty stealing it. And also because I don't have time to play video games. Missed your message about it. Oh my gosh, so you said that without seeing what Niall said? That's hilarious. It just shows. So who copied who? Or is it just coincidence? We don't need that to be that big. Nah. Yeah, we'll have it like that. Okay, so we never found a curse word for this actually. So this is basically just the second part of this conversation when Hero first meets Carol. Carol's not happy, of course. She's the Sundayer trope, Carol is. That's kind of the archetype she's based on. Of course, she's going to be a very in-depth character that has a lot going for her. Fact she's a Sundayer is just sort of like a starting point for her, but yeah, she has an attitude problem. She's got sass and she will tell the hero if she needs to. And yeah, she basically just tells him to get out of sight because she feels disgusted that he was like inside her. And at this point she's like, no, you're not going. She decides to join, basically under the excuse that he has to be responsible for her now because of what he did. And then again there's another dialogue pop up that we said would be after the first battle. I'm still not 100% sure. I don't want it to be too jarring. I've got to make sure that works. It could do. but yeah, she basically offers to be the inventory. I wasn't sure about this particular line. I mean, I don't know whether it's very Carol to say that. I'm still trying to work out her sort of personality. But yeah, I'm all for ideas for this particular sequence as well, because I feel like this one isn't completely developed yet, because we've not spent much time on it. It was just slapped there as an extra thing because we realised that Carol needs to join the party. We need an excuse for her to come along. Obviously it wasn't going to be goodbye at this point. She's coming with us because we need her. So this was this scene that basically establishes her as the hero's sidekick. And let's read chat. Okay, Rose, are you editing the file in Draw.io program or in a browser? It's in the browser in Draw.io because it's an online cloud. It's all saved on the Google Drive cloud, I believe. That's how I save them anyway. I am your clone. Yeah, you two are clones. Can we make sprites jump like in Chrono Trigger? And even if we can, would you want that in RC? So by jump, what do you mean, National? Just so because when I'm thinking jump, I think here. Let's get the scene discussion up. There's a scene here where we meet the fruits and Carol actually jumps right at the start. I don't know if this is the part though. Might have to go up a bit higher. So Carol jumps a lot because she throws tantrums, you say. She gets like full on passionate, probably more passionate than a tantrum, or a bit of both. So I don't know if that's what you meant, National, by jumping. You might have meant something else entirely, but that's what I figured you meant. Let's catch up with chat. So what makes her change her mind about becoming the hero's inventory? Yeah, I honestly think this scene could definitely be fleshed out, to be honest. We had a bit of lag, but we're all right now. It's quite short. I don't know if we developed it enough. We got quite kind of an amusing dialogue line there, but I'm not sure about this particular box simply because is it too easy? Have we made it too easy for Carol to join? I mean, Carol's meant to be this woman who, you know, she doesn't like humans. She didn't like the hero when she first met him. She might have this weird affection for him deep down. Maybe that's because he was in with her, keeping her company on the journey to Lakefall. So she's got this, maybe hasn't it, but she wouldn't show it, you know. She's kind of reluctant. That's where the Zendaya thing comes from, because she shows anger at him. She seems irritable, but then there's these small moments of affection now and again as well that might gradually show throughout the journey, but she wouldn't show that too early on. It has to be slowly developed for it to be believable and not tacked on. So yes, that line is good. Which line, National? They've renamed it recently. Yeah, I still type in Draw.io and it works, but it's diagrams.net as well. That's what it's meant to be now. They've got the basics covered. I wonder if there's a vulnerability somewhere. Are you still looking for hacks, Niall? Are you still trying to hack me? You can. Honestly, folks, Niall, if you really want to try super hard to see if you can hack me, I'd appreciate that. Because we want to make sure there's no ways people can ruin what we've got here. Yes, okay, I love that. That was it. Yay! Yes, National. With RPG Maker MV, let me just mention, The animations are quite limited sometimes with what you can do, but I always try to get around. I tried to get around it with hacks, like that whole fruit basket scene, for example. It was quite ambitious of me to pull off, in all honesty. I did a lot of frame work for that, and it was quite time consuming. So all these moments here where you see them jump out the basket, like Tomato jumps out, they all jump out one by one. That was quite tricky to pull off in the engine. It's not really something RPG Maker allows by default, so I had to get through it with hacks. I was really happy with it. And yeah, the jumping thing I think adds personality, especially to someone like Carol. Hi guys, oh my goodness, thank you so much for that raid, everybody. And don't worry chat, I'll catch up with you all because I'm very behind. But let's say hi to the raiders. Loretta, thank you so much for that raid. Thanks for coming along, guys. Badum as well. Legmark, oh my goodness, Legmark's here. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming here, stopping by our little stream, our little geeky RPG stream. Paro as well, hi, welcome guys, thank you for coming along with the raid. It was Legmog's suggestion. Yeah, Legmog's amazing, he's a good friend of the community, even is a character in our game, Legmog is as well. So let's give a shout out to, thank you Legmog for recommending the stream, by the way. Let's give a shout out to Loretta. You were playing Fall Guys, how did that go? Tell us how your stream went. And thank you for the follow, by the way, Bedum, I appreciate that. Oh, RPG Maker, yes, we're making a game in RPG Maker. That is the engine we're using for this project. And if anybody wants to read more about what we do here, we actually have a website, so feel free to have a little peek at that if you are curious, if you'd like to say. And today we're kind of working on adding some of our dialogue trees to our lore bible, which is on our website, which is a link on our website too. So because we want everybody to be able to see the dialogue as we write it, and it updates in real time as well, so it's a pretty cool thing. Only something we decided to do the last stream. Thank you for the shout out. No problem at all. I appreciate you deciding to come here and share your community with me. And I'm going to catch up with chat because there was a little bit of chat that was missed out. I think there should be more interaction before she offers to be his inventory van. I agree. I definitely am with you that I think that this particular scene can be way more developed than it is. Well, not way more, but definitely more. I think at the moment it's too easy. It's too easy that she's joined. I mean, I think this works. The fact that she's coming along with the hero because she feels like he's responsible for covering any damages she suffers. I think that dialogue line is quite amusing and a good excuse. But it's this one, I don't know, the inventory one. It seems a bit easy for Carol to just want to suggest that when she was so mad before. And because you cannot just switch out the ID because it says unavailable, but we know it exists, unless I got the wrong ID. The alt is to disable scripts and triangle that way. Well, thanks Niall for checking into it for me, because there'll always be haters and trolls that want to ruin things. I mean, I'm not a massive streamer, we're a small community here, but I even have some people who absolutely despise me out there, even at my size now, who enjoy disliking every single YouTube video I'll post. So, you know, there's haters, and those sort of people, they'll be willing to try and hack me and get into our little dialogue and ruin it all and do this to it, and how horrible would that be? So thanks guys for trying to make sure that I don't get hacked. And yes, I was in Loretta's stream and Loretta was all, oh, who do I raid? And of course I saw the often, yeah, no, Rosie Raindrop was live, so a total no-brainer. Thanks so much. I appreciate suggesting me, Legmark. Unlock level 26 and 27, aiming to get to 40 before the season ends in 31 days. Oh, well, good luck. Good luck. That game is super cute. I'm not one for competitive stuff, so I've kept away from it, but it does look really good. It looked good for a competitive game. Hey, Zava, remember you from my last stream? Zava's lovely. Zava's super friendly. The item could be cool, like a plant tooth necklace, and that makes Carol curious about holding on to it, when honestly she just wants to maybe stay with a hero, whether because they can help her or for other reasons. Cool. I'm going to copy and paste that idea, National, because I think he's got potential. And I mean, we don't have to, you know, make the scene perfect right now. I mean, the ideas, you guys, if you want to suggest potential ways we can take that dialogue and we can consider it, then that's great, because it's better having those ideas than nothing. But we don't have to feel under pressure to get it perfected just yet. We can always just pop it in as it is for now and work on it as we do the first playable build stuff. Me and Niall are trying to see if we can hack Rose's diagram to make sure trolls can't do the same. Yep. Today's a raid and run day. Hope you have an amazing stream. Gotta go fix my dinner. Stomach was growling. Oh, I get it. I'm the same, Loretta, after my stream. I'm always one of those who raid and run myself because we get hungry. Streamers do. So you go and enjoy your dinner. And thanks so much for stopping by. And hope you have a yummy dinner. I think that there should be a scene where the hero is trying to strap stuff on him, her, they, dropping things. Then Carol starts picking them up, then says, oh bother, you are hopeless. She gets frustrated as the hero bumbles through this and says, oh bother, you are hopeless. Then she says, fine, here, I'll help you a little bit. At that point, you're given a small inventory. As you gain her trust, you get more inventory slots. That is a good one. I think, though ambitious, like I'm trying to picture how Carol would pick them up. I'm trying to imagine the vision in my mind of her, because she don't have hands herself, does she? So interesting one if we could be creative about that, unless she just like sort of shifts her barrel form to pick them up. I don't even know. I'm sure there'd be way. I do like the idea because there's something, anything that like makes that's relationship character development building like that, anything that gives a chance to show off Carol's personality and her irritability, I cannot say it. You know, we want to make sure she's super fleshed out in the relationship between her and the hero, because they're such a key dynamic in the game that's going to continue throughout. So I think something like that could work super cool. And hope you all have an amazing week, and you as well. Hope you do as well. And good luck with Fall Guys when you play it again. I guess she could decide that the inventory items are hers, and she's just letting the team use stuff you give her when she thinks it's useful. She tilts herself and scoops them up. Yeah, maybe something like that would work. If she hates humans, why would she join the party? Because she's a complicated lady. She hates humans, but you know, there's a weird affection. Like, it's that Sunday trope, isn't it? Like, you know, Helga from Hey Arnold. Did anyone ever watch Hey Arnold as a kid? She, like, all she ever did was insult Arnold. Like, called him football head and just, like, constantly hated on him publicly all the time. And then in closed doors, she had this shrine of Arnold. She had, like, this football that looked like him, and she like was obsessed and madly in love with him, but nobody knew it. It was all a secret, because she'd be too, you know, I think she's a great character, and she, in a way, I imagine Carol being similar to her with her affection for the hero, and that the fact that she publicly like despises him, well, not despising them, like it's a weird dynamic. Like, she insults him, but over time they'll grow close and there'll be this bond there. But yes, she's a lot more affectionate of him than she'll let on, in all honesty. But she's just not the type to show it. She's got a soft side, but will never show it, as her Law Bible profile says. She hates, but is curious. Yeah, that as well. I mean, I wouldn't say she's affectionate for the hero from the start. That will be something that develops. But she's curious enough to want to go. And the other key thing with Carol is she has lost her family. They've gone missing. She knows that having someone like the hero with her will get her further than if she's trying to find them on her own. So she's kind of using the hero in a way too, for her own benefit, for her own agenda, because she's on a mission. She needs to find her family. But she's not a fighter herself. She's limited in what she can do. She knows that having the hero will help, but she's not going to tell him, is she, straight away, that she's using him for that reason. That's something she's going to admit later on when we see the Carol flashback. Going to work and look. Take care, Zava. Thanks so much again for trying to hack me. I appreciate it. Anyone come in and be like, what the hell? But yes, thank you so much. Heck, I can only edit stuff on my side. I just need to figure out how to get past the read-only stuff. Yeah, you try, Niall, you try. We'll soon see, won't we? So yes, I think for sure from what we've talked about that this scene here, these little, we need more. And I think what Van said is something that could be super cool. So I'm going to copy that. And we're not going to do it today because it's going to take probably the rest of the stream if we do think about how that scene's going to work right now. But it's going to be one that I'll think about, but for now we'll keep it as it is. I'm actually going to, for now, delete this dialogue box because we're probably not going to have it be that, so we'll leave it blank for now. In fact, we'll delete that and we'll just put question mark so that we know that we're gonna have a scene coming after that, but it still needs to be written. And I'm going to actually just save what it was, the dialogue before, so I don't lose it. So I've still got that. Thanks for the ideas though, Van and National and Met. I've copied everything you've all said, so we can potentially get something from that. Who knows? Who knows? But yes, I just saw that and I was never 100% happy with this scene. I love the first bit. I think it's great, but I didn't like how... I always thought the inventory part was tacked on and a little bit unbelievable for Carol, considering she's got to be a little bit more moody and irritable than that. If she's going to be joining the hero, she's not going to just willingly, happily come. And that bit of deleted dialogue was beautiful. You thought, National, was there anything in particular? Don't worry, it's not gone, because I don't want to get rid of the whole thing. Chances are we're still going to bring it in, but just with the extra developed stuff. So... was it what particularly was you fond of with that line? Because I do like she basically offers to be the inventory in that box, and she mentions you can put all the items you find inside of her and you won't get jealous, will you? So it's a good bit of banter, and chances are it's still going to be there. but with the extra fleshed out stuff to build that up more, so it doesn't just feel tacked on or rushed, you know, underdeveloped. So don't worry, it's not going anywhere. It's just needs more development for now. The inventory thing is a concept. That concept for Carol is gonna stay because it's awesome. And you guys, I forgot whether I told you, but in the battle UI, when you click items in battle, you see Carol as the container. I feel like I should show you all now, but it's all a mess. The battle system's a mess at the moment on the old project. I wish I took a screenshot of it now. But basically, to sum it up, it's literally just Carol's face set sprite, the outline of the barrel, not the face, just the barrel, and it comes up as the box in battle with the list of items. So it's just like your normal standard UI box if you were to click items on the UI in battle, but instead of it being just a boring square box, it's actually a barrel shaped box UI to show that it's Carol who's carrying everything. It was the glimpse of a possible romance, especially if her next 20 lines of dialogue are super moody. Yeah, I am in agreement that having those little cheeky interactions thrown in the moodiness and aggression is like very Zendaya and very Carol, so it will be there. I think that line, which is why I didn't delete it, I've put it in my notepad file. So I've got insert barrel curse word exclamation mark hero should be your inventory. You can put all the items you find inside me. You won't get jealous of them, will you? It's good. So if we can like slot that in, but within perhaps the stuff that's been suggested as how to develop it, then I think that we'll have succeeded. So keep your eyes peeled for how that scene develops, folks. I'm excited. I mean, all of this month it's all going to be about perfecting the scenes we've got, and in all honesty, I think our list, if we look at the list of scenes we have, most of them are great. I think Carol's flashback scene is brilliant. I think the fruit encounter's good. There's just a couple of edits to make with that fruit encounter that you actually mentioned, National, about Apple at the end, which I thought was a really good point. You mentioned it on the scene discussion part here. So that is something that might get just altered a touch at the very end of the fruit scene, just before the battle. And yes, so one thing we do have to do is convert the farm into a tiled map, though, but that will not take as long as it did for Everbloom Forest, because it's only like a small section that we've got right now. But it'll take still a bit of time to convert that into a tiled map. So that's probably something we'll do the week after next, maybe. Okay, so where were we? That's only one line long, so we can make it a bit of a smaller box. And for now, we'll just keep that box short. But I'm glad you liked that line, National, because it's always good to hear that you guys are fond of certain dialogue lines, because it's more likely gonna not be cut out if I know that you as a community are a fan of a particular dialogue line. I'm more likely going to cut something out if I'm feeling like nobody likes it or it's not connecting with the audience that well. So yeah, always give the feedback, folks. If you're keen on something, if there's a line you like, let me know, because it's more likely going to stay there forever or be put in. Like, for example, this line, people laughed at that one, so that's why I wasn't going to get rid of that one, because I know that people were fond of that one back when we wrote it. So yeah, I think that's done now, isn't it? We don't need to change anything. Oh, we got to add Carol's sprite. How could we forget? probably do another trivia, maybe another 2 trivias before the end of stream. We'll see. Oh, I've just realised something. We don't need the 2 boxes here. I'm trying to avoid doing double boxes when it's the same character talking, just to save space horizontally and make more use of the vertical space. Yeah, that's how I do the actions. So this is a super short scene now, but expect it to be a little longer when we develop it a bit more. I'm really excited about doing this scene now. And because, I mean, maybe I'd do it now, but I really want to get the rest of those flows in before the end of stream. But we could always make it something we do on Monday's stream. We can have a little think about how we're expanding that scene, because I've got the notes, I've copied and pasted them. So maybe part of Monday's stream could be about getting that written up and expanded. Because we're not gonna get all the dialogue flows in for main quest 1 and 2 today. But maybe the rest of Monday's stream, yes. And because I'm not going to be doing these off stream, because I'm going to be spending time doing the actual game development scene work. I need a snack basket. I'm hungry. Okay. Oh, I've just realised I did something. Yes, we're not meant to have an arrow there. Because it's kind of these 2 scenes are separate, because one's after the first battle. But, you know, the first battle is likely going to be not long after that. Right, so the next one. Scene 4, which we haven't actually got in here. For some reason, we never put Fiona Buckington's dialogue tree in Draw, because I think the reason was because I actually directly wrote the dialogue in the editor, which is how I did it back in the day. And then I realised that I preferred getting it out on here first. Just makes doing the branching paths a little bit easier. So this scene 5, this one that's here, is actually the cabin scene, but we need the scene by the lake first. So I'm also gonna I'm saying progress for that Carol Barrel Part 2 one. And now scene 4, Fiona Buckington, main quest 1 destination. So this is by the lake, so let's get that one in. Don't know why I copied all of that, because we don't need all those text, and that'll be Fiona, so we'll get her sprite in there. So the hero, thank you Farside for that follow, welcome to the stream. The hero approaches the lake near the cabin, which is exactly where Nigel said she was. So she said the lake near the cabin has the prettiest ones. So that's where Fiona's standing, by the lake near the cabin. So we'll call this scene, so we've got in the inn. Scene 3 would be called Carol joins the hero. Fiona's dialogue is tricky. Zexy had me wondering a long thought chain about Rosie's status among the hunters, people and monsters of Lakefall and the surrounding forest. Ooh, so yeah, feel free to share, National. If it's a bit long, feel free to stick it in the ideas discussion channel. So I know Zexion does keep an eye on the ideas discussion channel. Even if you wanted to at him, that's fine. So I mean, you guys could always have a chat about that if you wanted in there, and I can always hop in too, even though I kind of limit my time on Discord recently, especially on my days off, but I'll still see it. I'll get around to it eventually. Okay, so this would be by the lake. Fiona's dialogue, yes, so what I've gathered so far for Fiona, well, we'll get it all in now so you guys can all see it. I've implemented this scene in RPG Maker already, because I already did it because I wanted it on the trailer. So it's already in the new project and all set up, this lake scene is, but I want to get it here on the flow diagram for you guys to see as well. So she is different to her brother. Those two are polar opposites. Nigel's the nervous people pleaser, over enthusiastic, polite type, as we made clear in the last couple of streams when we were working on his dialogue. Fiona, on the other hand, is more of a cheeky one. She don't care about being polite. She's not like her brother. She will just be a bit more blunt if she needs to. And if you do push her in the lake, you guys are going to have a bit of a... she's going to not like you very much. But if you don't push her in the lake, she's probably going to be slightly better with you. But, yeah, so I'm going to get up. Here we are. I've got RPG Maker open, so... all the dialogue is actually in. I don't know why I've got those up. Let's delete them. There we go. So that's the interiors. Here's the map. Fiona is this map here. There she is. Bright colours. Right, so everything's already in here. So this takes us up to the scene in the cabin, basically. So I'm going to just copy and paste it all. And if it lets me, because one of Draw.io's flaws is that it messes up the text formatting, but it's actually worked this time, actually behaving itself. So you guys will get to see this live as we get it copied and pasted in, because it's a lot easier, I think, for you guys to be on track with what the way the characters speak, their tone of voice, and figuring them out as people by reading our flow charts here, rather than watching the short scene examples we have, because I don't even think we've got the full scene of the Fiona Bookington on here. It's on the story so far, but that's only a small portion of it. We haven't got the whole scene up yet, so this is really ideal now. Okay, so now this isn't a super long scene, but there is that choice of pushing her in the lake, which adds some branches. So and this should be updating as we do it. So here we go. It's going to get larger and larger, this is, but there's only 5 scenes in main quest 1, so this is the second from last scene, and I think main quest 2 only has 5 scenes as well. So that's kind of the pattern we're going for, 5 scenes per quest at the moment, which isn't necessarily going to be a consistent pattern. Some quests will be longer, some will be shorter. But hi Rex, how you doing? It's good to see you. Are you having a good morning? Hi David, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so we'll get Fiona's sprite in as well. Let's get that now. Because I think we're in agreement, aren't we, folks, that the sprites add a lot to these flows, because we actually know who's talking then. I'm one of these people that are better with faces rather than names. So in regards to the game, it's the same as well. Our NPCs, I'm going to recognise their sprite more over their name. Also, Rex, people have been trying to hack me today, obviously in a good way, to make sure that Draw.io hasn't got any security issues with the embedding. Folks have really been trying to see if there's any holes in that system. And so far, so good. Doesn't seem like I'm able to be hacked or anything like that. Which is definitely a relief, because that means we don't have to think of another way to do this. Okay, so one thing I really do like is that you can just drag the sprites in. That is a nice thing. Don't have to upload them. Well, that's good. I'm glad there isn't. Me too. Me too. Right, so the next bit of the I find it really difficult to keep track of the dialogue in RPG Maker, like in this editor. So it confuses my little eyes and my brain, because there's all these like symbols and characters in between. So this is why I'm glad that we have the system. I'm jealous of anyone that can actually do the dialogue straight in here and keep up with it. Okay, so we get the choice straight away, I see. So what we'll do here, and it's going to, this one's going to take a bit longer to get done, because it's one of the few flows that we didn't do for a scene. For the other scenes coming after, we started doing the flows from that point, so it's just a copy and paste job for the rest. But it was this Fiona Lake scene that never actually had a flow. Yeah, I did. Yeah, we just use normal dialogue boxes for that. So I'm going to keep the grid up at all times from now on, because I find it's so much easier to like position the boxes when you've got the grid up. Like when you don't, it just goes, it's really messy. So I hope you guys don't mind seeing that grid, because it's a lot prettier without the grid, but you know, we got to do this efficiently. So the hero, are you the innkeeper's sister? It's the first one. Your brother sent me to find you. And the second choice is, oh my goodness, straight away as well, which works because it's shocking and it's fitting as well. I think the moment you can push in the lake, it fits with what Fiona said, so it's not abrupt. that or out the blue. Also, we'll do the compassion points, because I think, how many points did we say we'd lose in compassion? We said... We said if you pushed in the lake, you would actually lose 5 compassion, because it's an action. We kind of agreed at the time that you would lose more compassion points, or wisdom, or bravery, or whatever it was relevant, if you were doing something like an action. Like pushing in a lake is a pretty... Like, if it was words, if you insulted someone with words, it'd just be 1 or 2 compassion points you'd lose. But actions have more of an impact in the long run. So this is like just a personal action against Fiona, so it's only -5. If it was like something big that affected a whole town, then it would maybe be -5 compassion points. I mean, -10, you know, or -20 if you did something regional that was very terrible, like killed a whole city. That would be like -50 compassion points, I think. But because this is only bad actions against one individual, it wouldn't be like double figure loss or anything that huge. So ironing, now this one I think you gain a compassion point, just 1, because you're showing responsibility as the hero, that you actually being sensible here, and you're doing exactly what Nigel asked you to do. Nigel asked you to find his sister, and you were being very truthful. You're showing you're honest by explaining to Fiona that that's why you're here. If that makes sense, I think that's deserving of a compassion point. And yeah, this particular quest is very compassion focused. Some quests will be more bravery or coward focused, or being wise, or the opposite of wise. You know, this quest line just happens to be more compassionate with the actions, but it will vary between quests on whether it's more appropriate to get bravery, wisdom, or compassion points. I am hungry because it's nearly my dinner time, that's why. Okay, so the next thing that happens after that, after the action, obviously we're going to be branching off at this point, so I've got to keep my eye out that I do it properly. And I'll get more experienced and more into the swing of this branching stuff as I get more pro and experienced. Okay, so we'll start from the first branch first. Well, to be honest, the push in the lake ends the scene. If you go for the push in the lake option, you hear the scream in the cabin and run into the cabin, and the scene ends there. So what we can do is this. Actually put that there and say the hero hears a scream coming from the cabin, and that is obviously Rose, if you don't know. That hearing the scream is what makes the hero go into the cabin in the first place. It's his reason for needing to go, for going in there. But it just happens much sooner if you go for the pushing the like option, but if you go for the other option, there's more dialogue. And, you know, if what happens is, if you pushed her in the lake, she'll come into the cabin wet and very angry. But if you didn't, then obviously she's going to be a little bit nicer to you when you because if we look at our dialogue here, this is actually the flow for the cabin scene that we did. If you didn't push in like, that's what I've marked them as yellow for the different choices. She'll like throw a fish at you and she'll be very mad, and that anger will remain with Fiona as an NPC towards you, probably for the rest of the episode 1. I don't know if she'll make future appearances, but obviously she's in episode 1. So yeah, it could definitely affect things potentially in future quests. Oh, hi Azriel, back from my work lurk, and just got my pizza. Oh, I hope it's yummy. What sort of pizza is it? I hope it's not a pineapple one. But you know, you guys are welcome to enjoy pineapple pizzas if that's what you go for. I want no judgment from me. Not my cup of tea, but everybody's taste buds are different, you know. And I hope your work's going well for you today, Azriel. So yes, that's how we're going to do it with the choices. What I'll do is I'll put a highlighted colour above for the different actions you take, just to make things clear, that clarity. Welcome back. Pepperoni for the week. Pineapple and pepperoni makes magic. Oh really? Pepperoni's good. I'm more fond of meaty pizzas or soft sort of toppings. The problem with pineapple really for me is the crunch is very strange, the texture combination with the soft cheesy pizza. That's just really I'm not really a vegetable person when they're in chunks like that. I like my vegetables to be a little bit more blended if I'm going to have them with meals. I'm not a chunky person. Chunks. Ew. Olive and pesto, softer meat. I like mine nice and thin. Olive and pesto, I'm not an olive fan, but pesto is good. Rose is slow for a Friday afternoon. Got caught up expanding the Asteroids game. Should be on itch this weekend, an early version at least. Or make sure you let us know in Discord when you get it up as well, Azriel. That's awesome, exciting news. Yeah, so we'll end it there. So let's do the dialogue section for if you pick the first branch now. Now, copying it from RPG Maker is weird because it does all this stuff, because in RPG Maker you have to use special meta and codes to like style your text. So this is why I really don't like putting it in RPG Maker first, because it's utterly confusing to read dialogue with all this stuff in between. And I like to see it untouched, like just pure dialogue without all that stuff in. And one thing we're trying, I noticed, was that it does it in a similar way. You have to use all this special meta. And there is a way to view it, like as a sort of choose your own adventure game format as well. But there isn't a way to see it as flows like that. I'm not the innkeeper's sister. I'm the innkeeper. Yeah, that's italic. So trying to figure this out because seeing these weird letters confuses me. She's more of an attitude girl, and her tone of voice is, she kind of uses the italics to express like a harsh tone of voice. So Nigel's more about the stutters, being like but and exclamation marks because he gets excited, and Fiona's more about, I mean, we won't overdo it, we'll try not to overdo it with the italics for her, but whenever she's like got a bit of an attitude, it's like do it then, something like that. Hi Richard, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. How are things going on your end, Richard? How are you doing? Okay, so the next bit after that is also trivia in 1 minute, folks. It's a brand new month, so it's your chance to get points because nobody's really winning right now. So I'm fine, but if he wants to worry, let him. I love seeing this in-game in the scenes because when you see the facial expressions accompany these dialogues, it adds a lot more personality as well. Because one of Fiona's faces is a really cheeky one, and it fits for some of these. I'm fine with if he wants to worry about him, okay? Also, we said, didn't we, I wouldn't do doubles. So there we go. I think we get another choice at this point. Yeah, so it's another hero. I'll just copy those two. I nearly put the push the light one there, and then I realised, oh, that one doesn't connect with it. Yeah, that's a fine size. You don't find many people called Nigel in RPG land. I know, right, Yorkshire. I think because the little town we've got, it's kind of Old English inspired. And we come up with like names like Nigel, Bookington, and their surnames kind of link with their hobbies as well, because we wanted to be a bit punny. The blacksmith, I think I remember the blacksmith. We decided to call him Blake Smith. Blake, Mr. Smith, Blake Smith, blacksmith. So yeah. Smith, it's kind of English, I think. Very cool, yeah. What makes this pudding Yorkshire? Yeah, Yorkshire. Yeah, Yorkshire puddings are very good. I'm a big fan. I want one right now, actually. Who here has never had a Yorkshire pudding? Alright, I promised a trivia, so I'm going to put it in. What is the name of the forest outside Lake for? We mention it nearly every stream, this one. So, Everbloom, you got it, Van. Van's going to win again this month. That's my prediction. Let's see if I get proved wrong. Oh, come on. Did you know that one, Niall? Was that one you knew the answer to? I always give you warning about the trivia, everybody. No. Gigi, you'll get it, Niall. When you've been here enough, you'll pick it up. I believe in you. But they answered before I even read it. You'll do it in the end, I know it. We just have some real nerds for our gaming chat, you see. So that means you've got to compete. You got to become a nerd just like them. GG. Yay. It's good to be a nerd. It's a very good thing. Only nerds are welcome in this stream. We have no cool dude bros here. Just nerds. My mind sucked in the lore and spits it out when Rose says trivia. With a renewed determination, I'm going to hack this whole project and rewrite it so I know all the answers. Here's the Lore Bible, everyone. I'm going to give you the link again in case someone here happens to not know that all the answers to the trivia are actually on our Lore Bible somewhere. It's all about just getting to know it. It's not homework, because since when is video games homework, folks? Good video games and good stories. That's a hobby, not homework. Start studying, easier than hacking, lol. Yes. I'd love to get this Fiona Buckington scene done before we finish today. And it's not too long, so I think we could do that. So my apologies, you can clearly look after yourself is the first line. And look at it, draw AI's being good today. It's not ruining the text formatting. I think it's because I've told it I like it now and that I'm not going to switch to another program. So it's been nice to me. If you keep it up like this, draw AI, I'm going to fall in love with you. Stop it. Video games was once my homework. I've a BCSC in games design. Oh, that's a good one. But it's good homework, let's be honest. Okay, so no, that isn't -5 compassion. Let's redo so it's +1 or -2, I think. That's what we gave it. Because it's an insult, you know. Any harsh insults are worthy of a -2 compassion, and any harsh actions would be more. But those are just there as templates right now. Who knows, we could always change our minds over time if we feel the compassion points are not balanced. But it's a good starting point, I think, seeing it that way. The actions make you, affect you more than words. Pushing someone in a lake or murdering someone or burning a town would definitely be worse than just calling someone a buttface or a jerk or being a little bit mean. It's kind of fun to see and understand how games work, but it also kind of ruins them a little bit. I guess it depends. As somebody who really wants to make a game, I find that fun. But if not, then yeah. So if you go for the tiny Sprog option, she just does a ... angry face, and I think that's it, and then you hear the scream. So everything's going to lead to the scream. Angry face. I'm going to put angry face in brackets because just so we know, just so you guys know what the expression is on a face at that moment, because otherwise that missing information can make you not, it can be misleading sometimes, so we'll have angry face there. And then that leads to the scream. And then I think we've got one more. Oh, let's get Fiona's sprite in. I mean, it was ... Now, if anyone's got an even more cooler dialogue idea, like a really cheeky, like sort of something cheeky that she can say back to the hero as an insult, then I'd totally be willing to consider having a replacement for the ... It was only because at the time none of us could think of something that she would say, and we felt like the silence and the moody angry face could be enough. But there's always, you know, I'm always up for making a few little adjustments to increase the entertainment value of the scenes in regards to dialogue if we wish. Of course, the only thing I wouldn't be up for changing was a complete overhaul of the scene, because the scenes have to stay the same. They have to lead to the same conclusion, like that scream from the cabin, so that can't be changed. But anything in regard to small dialogue adjustments for just pure more entertainment value, then yeah. Now, what was her answer to the first one? I think this is actually the last dialogue option now, or the last dialogue box. Let's casual with chat. Murder is worse than calling someone a plonker. Got it exactly. It's about balancing when it comes to the moral system. Rose, I need you to write up the stories for my games. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. It means that you think I'm decent at writing stories, so I'm flattered by that now. Comes out of Nurkin for a moment. I agree. The first game I played after learning how they are made was Assassin's Creed 1, and as much as I love the game, I was disappointed because I was judging the design. Yeah, I can get that. You can get into that mindset where you think about the ins and outs of the game design wise rather than just enjoying the experience. I can get that for sure. Solve games puzzles more easy. Oh, puzzles and me do not match. There are times when you notice a lack of polish or where there is the lack, but there's something more like you're one step removed from enjoying the game, at least for me. Yeah, for sure. I think it looks a little bit tidier if we do it like that. Okay, done. That wasn't too bad. I thought it would take us longer because we hadn't even started that flow. But it's not a super long scene. It's the first real time in the game, this scene by the lake, where we experience branching paths. We haven't had that until until this point we haven't had that. This is like the first like little, I guess, tutorial. Well, it isn't a tutorial because we don't have tutorials in Raindrop Chronicles. Screw that. Ruins immersion, in my opinion. It's subjective. Some people adore tutors and can't get enough, but I do not like tutorials. In my opinion, make your game, like, design your game in a way that you don't need a tutorial. Design it smartly so that people can pick it up naturally and intuitively. Alright, so that should be all refreshed and in our lore Bible now. Okay, so then we've only got one more scene now in main quest 1. And that is the cabin scene with Rose, and I think that's the longest scene of scene 1. It's this one here. It's not that long, in all honesty. I think the branching paths make it seem like it's longer. But they're not super long. The longest scenes by far are the 2 in main quest 2. The Carol flashback scene and the fruit scene. They're like super long scenes. Not that long. We timed them. I've recorded the scenes and they're about 5 minutes long each to get through, which is definitely not too much, but it's quite long when, you know, you're writing a 5-minute long scene. And it makes it seem longer because I always mix the dialogue in with actions and character movements and expressions, so it's not just a complete monotonous box of dialogues one after the other. That gets boring. So I tend to, with my scene work, put like lots of like movements and actions and expressions in between. Very bit of speed, especially when it comes to work on games. You don't want it to become a chore. Alright, so we're getting along well. We've got one more scene to do. I could easily do this off stream this weekend. I could get the rest of the flows put in, well, our lore Bible today and tomorrow and Sunday before Monday stream, but I'm not going to do that because I would really like to continue getting the scene stuff actually done in RPG Maker this weekend and finish those interiors, because the game development can't be neglected either. So in regards to getting these dialogue trees in, we can finish it off on Monday. We can get the rest of it in on Monday, and we can maybe even talk about the Carol scene and how to like flesh that out a bit more, which we kind of did a bit today but didn't spend much time on it, but I've got the ideas. So I'm going to see Monday streamers as finishing getting these flows put in for main quest 1 and 2, because we haven't started main quest 2s yet, so that we'll have to do those ones on Monday as well. Also, our browser has crashed. Does this sometimes. There we go. So yeah, and then Wednesday's the big stream 180 is Wednesday, and that is when we'll have our first new content brainstorm event. So if you want to be involved in plot, in development of the themes and the quests and the NPC like mini character arcs that they'll have in episode 1, that'll be your first opportunity to get involved, and we'll have more brainstorm streams scattered throughout the fall. Probably for the next few months we'll have more scattered out because we're not going to do it just in one day. Let's face it, there's a lot there to think about and decide, but you know, it'll be a big one. Be a lot of episode 1 story decisions made in that stream and onwards, because we haven't really had a go at it yet. We've not talked about the side quests, we've not talked about that, so Be fun. Sounds good. Yay. I'm too gonna lurk. Need to get off the computer for a bit to relax the eyes and brain. Yay. So yes, I might make a special tweet and Discord announcements so peeps know about the stream that's coming on Wednesday. But we'll be doing a bit of everything. Where's our Trello? Will be all of these. There'll be a mixture of discussions of main quest 3, the side quests, and NPCs, and the general world building of Lightfall and Everbloom. It'll be a mixture of all 4 things here that we'll be talking about, because I don't want to just be like, no, we're just doing side quests today, or no, we're just doing this today, because I have a feeling that they'll all link, that all of it connects. So we'll be talking about bits of each, whatever we feel like chatting about, whatever good idea springs to mind, basically we'll talk about and expand upon. But yes, so I've got some planning to do as well. Okay, so who wants to come and see who is online to pass the love to? That would be fantastic. And hi Chuck, welcome back to the stream. I hope you're doing great. And MT as well. You guys just coming in as we're finishing for the day. But we got an exciting week ahead next week. It's all gonna be about idea sharing and world building and quest ideas on Wednesday. And of course, there'll be a sort of, there'll be a kind of structure to how we're gonna do it, because obviously there'll be certain plot elements that are set in stone and have to be that way for the sake of the story structure, so things don't get ridiculously chaotic, and we don't get like plot clashes or plot holes or anything like that. There will be rules to follow, I guess, like things that have to be a certain way. But what I'm interested in particular is all the interesting ways and branches and themes and potential stories and resolutions and to these ideas that we might potentially get. So it's all going to just be a big old chat, a big awesome chat of cool ideas. That's what it's going to be. Hi Raver, how are you doing? It's good to see you. I only have a few minutes anyway. I wanted to say, well, it's lovely to see you pop in, folks. Today we've just been putting our dialogue trees into our lore Bible, so if anyone does want to have a peek, those of you that are just popping in, want to have a nosy, from now on we're going to be doing this. We're going to be adding the dialogue we've done, embed it into our lore Bible, each of the scenes. So we haven't done them all yet. We're about 40% through with the scene work. We're almost there for quest 1, but we'll still have to do main quest 2s, which will go under here. And it's all really cool because it updates in real time. And all my friends, all you awesome people in stream, a couple of you have attempted to hack me to see if there's a way to break the system here and ruin all of this, but there isn't. Although it says you can edit it, all that does is make a copy for you to edit yourself, but it doesn't overwrite the official one here, which is a relief because that would be terrible. So spoilers, yeah. The thing with Raindrop Chronicles is it's because it's a community project of idea sharing. It's going to be pretty hard for you guys involved to avoid spoilers, because the streams are going to be full of spoilers about the story and what's going to happen. That's the nature of a community game where we all write it together, you know. But that's fun as well, you know. I think it's a fun, unique thing that you don't see everywhere, right? Okay, so where were we? I'm going to cross off my internet browser so when I go on Twitch to see who's online, who we can spread the love to, so that everybody, all the streamers, can keep their privacy. Exclamation mark raid. It'd be awesome if you could join in, folks. say hello to somebody who is on. Oh, okay. Kate is on, and she's actually playing Fall Guys with somebody in this stream later, so that only feels like we should go over there, say hi, because she's a super good friend of mine. Yeah, you there doing that smirk, I see. Okay, so we'll go say hi to Katie. Yeah, have a fantastic weekend, folks. I'll see you on Monday. Have some exciting streams ahead. You're all awesome. Have a fantastic weekend.